Good morning. It's a marvelous Monday, and I'm glad all of you are here. We had a lot of fun last night. At least I hope you did. We only got through 3 of our 4 stories, and well, that's largely on me. Uh, Not having a producer is a disadvantage, and I'm working on that. But here we are in a 6-minute daily for the rest of the week, and this time is going to stay the same, at least for a while. So you can count on this show not moving around a whole lot until we get to daylight savings time. If you're in some states that don't celebrate a ridiculous clock change, then you're, well, better off for sure. But at the same time, this show may change for you. Speaking of changes, clearly Midnight's Edge in the Morning has decided to push forward with their time change, which means for the first time ever, I'm going head to head with Friends. I don't like that. I mean, that's technically not true. I've been at odds with Friends, start times for a while, but this is weird. This will be probably the first time I won't be on Midnight's Edge for a Monday cinema. And it is what it is. Maybe I can join them later in the stream or on another day. We'll see. But right now they're talking about the world's worst film, one that incites violence and picks sides. It's called One Battle After Another, and I would encourage you to read Christian Toto's piece at Hollywood in Toto, and it kind of breaks it down. This is the firework in the fireworks factory that somebody lights and walks away, and just as awful is the ADL and everyone else. So there's that. I want to say hi to you. Thanks for being here. We got Sabrina's espresso here, which I'm desperately going to need later today. I can already feel it. I'm running on empty. Good to see Weatherman, Morgan King, Ms. Pitt Cafe, Jill, and of course Juliet, making sure things are going well. Izaj Melody is in the house. It's great to see you. Culture. Caveman, that's right, popping in to say hey, brother. Hey to you, my friend. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it. The great Tony Piacente is in the house. It's so good to see you, my friend. And I want to say thank you for the 5 Culture Casino memberships. You are an amazing and generous person. I really appreciate it. We got Born in Boston. Happy birthday, Outlaw Bill. Hey, happy birthday to the man. I think I already sang to him, but I'll do it again. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Outlaw Bill. Happy birthday to you. Good to see you. All right. We got to get cooking. We got other stuff going on. We've got the lovely Ruby Hoove gifting a Culture Casino membership. I hope Hoove's doing better, Ruby, and I hope you're doing well. All right, we got to get popping, kids. We got to get popping. We got to pop and lock. We're going to do great things today. We got 17 stories in all and some bonus time, so stick around. It's going to be fun, 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 till the daddy takes the keyword away. Lee Kindler, good to see you. Happy Monday morning to you. Once again, thank you, Juliet. And Razorburn, good to see you, buddy. We've got Generic Brunette, and we've got 6 minutes starting now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whatever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it, and we want to talk real quickly about Lufthansa doing exactly what everybody feared AI would do. Cut 4,000 jobs from the airline, and this will save them a ton of money. Big profits and, well, a lot of unemployment. This is going to get weird, folks, and they're pushing harder than ever for one world government. Watch out. Bad Bunny got announced as the Super Bowl 2026 halftime show. I'm going to tell you this much. This is a terrible person. Yeah, terrible person. He's iffy, questionable in thousands of ways. He skipped the U.S. altogether because of Trump, and yet the NFL invites him in as the headliner. The NFL is garbage. Sorry, they just are. And I can't believe there's not a fan backlash, but maybe there will be. I know this much. President Trump renews the threat of 100% tariffs on films made outside the U.S. I think that's a good first step, and maybe it'll bring Disney back to the table. But for at least the next year, I have a feeling we're going to get films made in the UK, which means we'll know exactly how much money they're losing. And boy, have they been losing a lot. Of course, We've got AI actors now. If you weren't worried about AI enough already, you should be, because this AI actress, Tilly Norwood, has their creator responding to the backlash, saying she is not a replacement for a human being. Of course she is. We saw this coming, I would say 5, 6, 7 years ago, since before I was doing this job. Pretty wild stuff. We do not need AI actresses or actors. It's going to look wrong. Even when it's done right, it looks wrong. We got Nexstar internal memo defending the Jimmy Kimmel show. No one has the right to say this, but this whatever they want. I should finish the sentence. But this isn't the only thing that's going on here, folks. This is not the story. The story wasn't that Nexstar and Sinclair weren't airing Kimmel. It's the fact that even after they have, what are the ratings going to look like? Well, the day after the pump and dump, which is what I want to call this, which is, this is the non-crypto version of that, Kimmel fell by 70%, even as the comeback surge in the mainstream was the story they were trying to sell. But falling off by 60 or 70%, pretty ridiculous when they were up at 6.3 million. That's a bunch of looky-loos coming back to see if this guy actually does the right thing. He doesn't. He never does. This guy is pure poison. In fact, by the very next night, viewership had plummeted to 2.4 million. 6.4, 2.4, somewhere between a 60 and 70% collapse overnight. And the only thing that the mainstream media is giving you is, YouTube numbers. They don't translate. There's not an equal number of dollars that comes in because of YouTube ads from clips and, the monologue alone. This is going to crash once again, even after Nexstar and Sinclair are back on board. This is going to be a problem. People need to pay attention. And I tell you what, I will be. We got Comcast adding a new co-CEO, looking like they understand how to progress forward and have a succession plan in place, unlike Disney. The Disney disaster's coming up. I can't wait for it. It smells sweet, delicious, and like a disaster. And of course, we got the film I've been ragging on, One Battle After Another. This is a movie for global incitement of acts by extreme leftists. Yes, outside of just using the names of Antifa and others, this is basically a pro-Antifa movie. And like I said, Christian Toto, guy to talk to on that. We've got Electronic Arts going private for sure on a $55 billion deal, backed by Saudi Arabia, Silver Lake, and Jared Kushner's affinity partners. Good? Bad? Don't know. But it's progress in a different direction, so we'll have to see. Maybe they'll make some good stuff again. ICE has arrested a superintendent in Iowa. It was updated recently, or at least this article was. But I'll just tell you this. The guy's a criminal. He's a criminal alien. He was in possession of a firearm and a knife. Not something to have, to the tune of a $3,000 fine just for that if you're not supposed to be here. And apparently he's not. And there's a lot of things behind the scenes on this one. Treasury chief for the UK is a liar, recently lying on whether or not they're going to increase VAT, the value-added tax. So because you wouldn't answer the question, you know for sure that's coming. And trying to blame wars and tariffs on UK's economic outlook, they're not looking at the problem: unmitigated immigration from foreign nations that are undermining all your social services. That's the easy answer. Speaking of easy answer, Wall Street opened up higher. That's right. After a slight dip last week, we have, as I said, the Lufthansa situation. We also have a CEO of drug maker GSK in the UK stepping down by year ends because she's driven that particular company into the ground. She's had strategic wins, but not financial ones, so investors not so happy. Not so happy is, me, because there's a bipartisan group out there trying to cover for a failed Fed governor who's actually a criminal via fraud. Can't wait for that to be adjudicated. We've got the government shutdown getting closer and closer, and I'm looking forward to it because it's a chance to get rid of 800,000 jobs for a lot of things we don't need because they'll be non-essential. Watch out for your corn dogs because 58 million pounds of corn dogs and sausage on a stick products are recalled because of wood pieces. Wait a minute. Isn't that what the stick is? Apparently, it's worse than that. So watch out. It's going to be weird. All right. We'll do the bear story in just a moment, folks, and it's a good one. It's a good one, even coming out of the BBC. So let's take a look at that, and then we'll jump into more bonus. But you deserve bonus time, and you deserve it now. So let's take a look at, well, some invading polar bars. Polar bars invading. That's right. Need to make this more smaller. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. So let's take a look and watch some polar bears occupy abandoned Soviet era research station up north. Ba boom. I hit the play button. There we go. There you go. Hello, polar bear. Polar bear. Amazing stuff. That was fun, right? I think it was fun. I'm weird though. I like polar bears. Let's try again. There we go. Watch them again because we have time. We can do this in bonus time. Look at all those polar bears. They got a house. Oh boy. Yeah, don't go up in a polar bear's face. They might eat your face. You don't want face eating. All right. Anyway, so apparently these polar bears were up there, and it was a drone. You know, 'cause no idiot would do what they just did with the polar bear, but it's a video. Several bears are inside the scattered building, looking through the windows and walking around the island. A bear could be seen trying to catch a blogger's drone, and there you go. So I thought you'd appreciate that. I thought you'd have fun, and I hope you did. I did. I thought it was fun. All right, let's take a look at what you guys have to say. It's good to see all of you here and in such great moods for a Monday. We have a lot to cover. We've got our friend Lightning Sketch Productions. Thank you for the super duper chat, my friend, saying AI will never work in the long term. Rotoscoping and motion capture. Yeah, Mo, I agree with you. And here's the other problem, right? And Hojo just got a membership courtesy of Ruby Hoob a few minutes ago. So thank you for that. It's good to see Hojo in the chat. But look, um, YouTube's doing the same thing. YouTube is right now, you are probably seeing a bunch of content in your feed that you didn't, you can't find me. You can't find Midnight's Edge. Yeah, you might be able to find Pro. I couldn't find my pal Jay this morning on his podcast. Welcome to the Rebellion. I'm just saying, you're seeing a bunch of junk. And have you noticed you're seeing more and more AI shorts and more use of AI voices? You know that YouTube is actually trying to get creators to use their AI tools in something called Made with YouTube. They are going to, despite the fact that they want to warn you with a warning flag on anything that you say has AI in it, they want to warn you that it's AI. So I haven't seen any warnings on the things that are obviously AI. So I don't think that's working too well, YouTube. And the voices that I hear on thousands of different channels that I know aren't real voices, there's no warnings there. I'm telling you, you are going to stop seeing the people, human beings, on YouTube. Is you're going to see more and more of this AI crap content that's likely and could be completely fraudulent in its facts, its news presentation, and basically anything that it presents. This will be the new standard, the YouTube misinformation standard. That's bad. YouTube, I'm not thrilled about this. I hate the fact that my views have been cut by down to 1/12 of what they used to be. So yeah, and Gabby says that Jay posted he needs some days off. I understand that. I understand that. But I'm real and I'm here for you. And I'm here almost every day. Actually, technically right now I'm here every day. The Tuesday show, thank you for your attention to this matter. The podcast is going to become its own channel. So eventually we will be doing that show live, pulling it down and putting it up on the other channel. Because that show is probably the future, unfortunately. My late night culture show on Sundays probably eventually will get its own channel, and I'll start to treat this as um, just individual things. I don't think I'm gonna have a choice, and it frustrates me immensely. And for those of you that are interested in gardening, because some of you are, part of the Culture Builds channel is going to actually add some new segments just around gardening. Because for me, gardening season proper kicked off recently, and it's just going to be much easier for me to make content. Um, that kind of works on on that Culture Builds channel as well. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who supports. You guys are the best. I will say this: thank you to Lightning Sketch Productions. Those who don't learn from history are cursed to repeat it. Of course, of course, um, and that's actually something to be expected. We've been seeing it repeat itself. We've been watching people around the world surrender their rights, not knowing what they were doing, and yet I know what they're doing, and so do you. And now understanding that Ellison is one of those people that's trying to get in on the digital ID game, we got big problems because Larry Ellison's son just took over Paramount. Um, I think I'm going to start opting out of everything, guys, other than real life. How about that? And I will never have a digital ID. Never. Just a Dutchie. I want to say a big thank you and shout out. What an amazing gift. 10 Culture Casino memberships. Look at all those names. Go green. Thank you, Just a Dutchie. So much appreciated. Thank you for supporting the channel. We are growing leaps and bounds, and that does help. That does help the channel as we try to reach 1,000 members. We want 1,000 members. We've been there a couple times in history. I'd like to get back there. And just another quick shout out to Just a Dutchie because, well, something big happened just now. Um, Just a Dutchie celebrated. I need to change that. Celebrate. Apparently, you have to have two E's in celebrate. Who knew? Celebrating 2 months as a member of the channel. This is big. Thank you for that. Definitely time to celebrate. 2 months of membership. Time flies. Hence the lovely gifties. That's right. Thank you so very much, Just a Dutchie. I appreciate it. You guys don't know how much it means to get to 1,000 members. Um, and you don't know how much it means for me to make material for you guys. So be on the lookout for new stuff coming out. We did a early launch of this morning's video last night. And we're going to keep that going. So if you haven't seen today's video on the box office and the box office breakdown, go check it out. I'm probably going to be perceived as a little hyped up, a little cranky, a little angry. And again, it's because of the material I'm covering. And I look forward to doing a video on Christian Toto's article on One Battle After Another. So there's that. All right, my friends, it's so great to see you. I do appreciate you dropping in. We've got a few folks that I don't get to see often enough, like Spaceship Vampire saying, every now and then I'll get foreign language channels in my YT feed that are auto dubbed. Yeah. When they started doing that, I thought that was great. But was strange, and from the very moment that that started to happen on my channel, my views tanked. Right around August 10th, all creators are talking about it. And I saw Bellular Gaming trying to be an apologist for um, these AI pieces of garbage. And I'm just telling you, it's gonna get worse, guys. It's gonna get worse. Um, Izaj Mully says, I locked myself in my apartment for 9 days. The world outside didn't let me down on its terrible behavior yesterday. I want to go back to pre-hibernation. I understand that, Izaj. I really, really do. That was a lousy day yesterday. And you realize that the ADL has really revealed themselves to be what they've become. Nothing, nothing like the Anti-Defamation League. Um, or whatever it is they want to pretend they are now. They are going after Christians now. The solution to anti-Semitism for them is to go after Christians who are not doing anything, mislabeling people that have faith. Scumbags. I want to say, Weatherman, thank you. Weatherman is Weatherman's a longtime supporter out there, 3 years. Anyway, I hate the AI pronunciation. They say 900. Oh man, they way mispronounce like numbers, and 11 for 9/11. No, yeah, exactly. They look, they're terrible. They can't say $1,900, right? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I thought you said Keith Ellison. That would have been far worse than Larry. I don't know. Cole Hauser. I'm not a big fan. It's good to see you, my friend. Thanks for being here. Um, yeah, and man, I hope Jay's doing okay. I have to reach out. Spaceship. Y'all excited for World War III? No, no, because it's really going to be populations against government, and that's not good. Did you see the criminal Swalwell trying to say he was going to investigate every single Trump person? He already did that, dummy. It's like we're gonna run the same playbook again. Yeah, you guys run that. You guys started that playbook. You went after the president before he was the president. The FBI just got caught doing even worse stuff to Trump than we even knew, including a honeypot operation that was recently revealed. So yeah. Oh, Penny, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad the baby's finally asleep. So thanks for joining us today. Yeah, it's really easy to tell it's AI because they can't read numbers. Indeed. Indeed. John Lawson in the house. Morning, all. Morning to you. We got lots of folks out there. But look, I just we have a massive problem in this country that a lot of people just don't want to, and it's also countries around the world. In the UK, I feel so badly for you. I do. There is uh just a constant struggle with reality because the news media is fighting for reality. Again, I saw the UK finance, or I guess you call it treasury chief. That chick is dumber than a box of rocks, and she also wouldn't say she wasn't going to raise your value added tax, your VAT. You know why she didn't want to say it? She's like, she kept pointing back to some kind of a manifesto. Yeah. And if at first I'm flabbergasted that you guys are so, okay with that word. Manifestos are rarely aligned with good things. But the manifesto in the reporter was asking, this is kudos to the reporter, the lady that was asking these questions. But she's like, this is a yes or no question. Are you going to increase the VAT? Well, in the manifesto, that she wouldn't stop going back to that, which means they're going to raise your taxes. Canada's about ready to have another election because they're not going to be able to pass their budget. I mean, we're starting to see like the cracks in the globalist stuff. This is a time to take advantage and remove them. Crimson Ghost is correct. Soros is paying the protesters, which is why they came out with the most absurd, rushed statement possible, because they know with RICO, we can prove quickly that it's open societies that's been supporting this garbage. If you go after him with RICO and you cut off all of Soros's money to both him and his leftist crazy son, the spirit cooking freak shows that they are, um, you prove the point. There won't be any more money for any of these things that aren't being funded through USAID, which is how Soros was doing it before. Anybody who got money from USAID, and that includes the Clintons, especially Chelsea Clinton, who paid for like $11 million worth of a wedding in a house through USAID money, your tax money, they got to go to jail. That's fraud. Sounds like shape language. Yeah, there's a lot of shape language in AI, especially on YouTube. But anyway, folks, just if you like creators specifically, if you like me, which I hope you like me, you really, really like me. I do hope that. But first of all, hit the like button. If you haven't already, why aren't we have like why don't we have like 200 likes already? Anyway, just do that. And then every time you see a video of mine, you don't have to watch it all the way through, but 70% is probably pretty good. But yeah, if you can make through the videos, that's the best. If full views are the best thing on YouTube, but hit the like button and make a comment. I know it takes time, but it can be simple. Like, nice hair today, culture, or hey, your beard is looking awesome. Or hey, I like your glasses. Or hey, your eyebrows are weird. It's just something. I don't care. Just that that kind of engagement apparently is the cat's meow to YouTube, which I don't get because they're just trying to figure out ways to screw the creators. And they're doing a good job of it. And they're auto dubbing foreign content, as was suggested a moment ago in the chat, um, because it's cheaper for them to pay for. And if they can overdub it automatically using AI as inaccurately as possible, which it does all the time, um, well, they save money. And supposedly they entertain you and oftentimes show you bologna sausage with free energy devices that are impossible and don't work. So there's that. There's that. Anyway, so great to see you all here. RC's in the house. Good to see you. And ME319, me319 in the house. Culture Casino, engagement farmer. Well, no, I would rather farm plants. You guys know that. Nice hair today. Thank you, me. And Kohlhauser. Some conversation we should have. Yeah, we should have them. We should have these conversations. Yep. Six is here. Hi, Six. Juliet says, evening, Mary H. Evening, Mary H. Thanks for popping in last night right at the end. I truly appreciate that. And we like you. Thank you, Mary. Oh, I love you guys. Cynthia Carter talking to Pyrene Dream. I didn't know Pyrene Dream was here, but y'all are the best. And what did you say, Six? Kevin Eric Schnell in the house says, when you reverse arch your eyebrows, it makes you look uh, like a harmless teddy bear. Oh, thank you. Wish I could learn how to do that. Yeah. Oftentimes it just means I'm confused by the world around me, but it's okay. I love you guys. So much fun. I have the best job ever. Jill Powers, thank you for being the great wrench that you are. Juliet, thank you so very much. Though the wrenches need some love because they are absolutely the best. All right. Wow, Chris just joined. Says, welcome to Rewards Club member. Well, thank you, Chris, for joining of your own free will. Unlike being forced a membership like Six says that all y'all do. I appreciate that. We have the best people. I swear. I swear. Putin says, I've been telling everyone here to buy NVIDIA for I know, dude, 18 months. Yep. Yep. What else we got? Well, like I said, I want to say thank you to Chris for joining of your own free will. Much, much appreciated, my friend. Brian and Cindy in the house as we continue on to get back to the 1,000 members that we had at one point. It was amazing. But somebody who makes things happen, somebody who's extraordinary, and somebody who has a great name. Is This Live? That's right. Is This Live is back celebrating 21 months of membership. Woo-hoo-hoo. Says, hey, are you living proof of the effect of groundwater pollution on the mental stability for elderly adults? Just kidding. Yeah, no, we love you, bud. Hey, Cultureinos. Hey to you. And thank you. That was kind of funny. Yeah. I would say my BAME damage is probably from groundwater or, just getting older. That's probably true. Our friend Biggles Met's in the house. Got real generous, real fast with five Culture Casino memberships. Thank you for that. Much appreciate our friend Humphrey Bear out there. Cancel Kimmel. Hey, he's canceling himself, guys. Again, that story is fun, and I'm glad we brought it up earlier. But you have to understand, his ratings are no bueno. Like, he got the big bump, and then he had a 60 to 70% drop. We won't know how much it'll be until it's stable. So I figure sometime like next Friday, or maybe a little later, we'll actually know what his numbers will settle back down to. I think they'll settle back down to the same level they were. You can't pretend to like somebody. And the bump was, almost required. It was almost going to happen no matter what. Because if you think about it, people were going to tune in for a myriad of reasons, right? Just there were a plethora of reasons for people to tune in, mostly to see what he would say. But there are, subcategories of that, because you've got to think about, well, some people are going to see, does he apologize? And there were people in favor of apology, and there are people that were not, including his staff who threatened to quit. Set that aside. But he really did owe an apology to people, and not just for lying, but for his statements around Charlie Kirk himself. There was a subplot, a sub narrative that was going on in the media, specifically, especially the news media, to try to blame Kirk for the violence of an extremist. I'm sorry, what now? And look, that was feeding into that side of the narrative. He could not have been more uninformed, or he intentionally misled the people or lied to the people. Somebody smart in this audience, there's a lot of you, almost all of you are genius level. Some of you are beyond that. But somebody here said that he is the message. He's like the trumpeter of the message. He's like one of the four horsemen. I agree with that. But although more of them are WEF members. Okay, so why call out Antifa for being dastardly and worthy of arrest, and not call out the WEF? Is that because he's got to arrest some of his friends, like Fink? I think Larry Fink deserves arrest. He's now the co-leader of the WEF, trying to destroy us all, and he's using your money. If you have a 401k with BlackRock, decent chance. It's one of the 5 biggest institutional investment houses that handle things for people. He's not there to make you money. He's there to push his agenda. A lot of your money is being spent on agenda items, in support of agenda items, and artificially propping up boards of directors that don't have your best interests at heart, intentionally, because of him. Sorry, that's the truth. It's crazy stuff. Crazy. And we just had an enormous gifty explosion. We got 2 more people going massive right here. We got Is This Live for 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you, Is This Live. Much appreciated. And our brand new member decides to get crazy generous with 5 Culture Casino memberships. My goodness. Thank you, Chris. You handed out 5 gifties, turning the chat green. I'm green with envy. I want to say thank you to Chris and Is This Live? You are phenomenal. Look at all those names. Oh, super. You guys are beautiful. I love it. Celebrate the gifties. Pharma, says Weatherman. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. We have another super duper chat from the wonderful Just a Dutchie for £2 sterling. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I forgot you're in Europe. Those are euros. They look, it's like they stole the pound sign and just kind of twisted it. You know, it's like, the letter O with an umlaut over the top. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Wow, it's raining gifties. It is. It's raining gifties. Hallelujah. Speaking of raining gifties, last call with Troy Pacelli. I had a good time hanging out with him on Friday night. If you didn't get to see that, fire over there to that channel. It was also airing simultaneously on Netter's Network. I didn't know that, but now I do. And I want to say thank you for that. What a great, great morning. What a great morning. John, the Beagle Dad in the house, saying hi to 6. BlackRock, Soros, and the rest are everywhere. Yeah, that's a lot of rats. But technically, according to a European billionaire that has been in the system for a couple, 3 decades now, has revealed, and we'll be talking about this briefly, but we'll be talking about it on Tuesday afternoon's podcast. Uh, Thank you for your attention to this matter, the podcast. On Tuesday afternoons, I will have that story and others there. But apparently, there's just like 8 people that are part of the families that have been ruling the world secretly since, well, the last time we had a dark age. You think they're trying to push for a dark age? They're going to push down the serfs? Probably. Probably. Lots of people got gifties. You guys are nuts. I love it. Thank you so much, guys. We're getting back to those days of 1,000. 1,000 beautiful members. That's a lot of members. Yeah, Netters is awesome. She's such a love. Yeah, that Troy guy did pretty well. Hey, Vial says, hey, finally caught this live. Best quick news show on Al Gore's amazing internet. Yes. You remember when the Social Security was supposed to be a lockbox? Well, the problem is it kept getting robbed by the government. You can't trust them. Can't trust them. Hold them accountable. So please don't support the fake news media. I try not to. You guys are the best. Look at all these people. I got brilliant minds. The best chat at YouTube. TZ Burton's here. We saw a bear in Eastern Washington this weekend. Related? I don't know if I'm related to that bear. And I know Snorty's not, because Snorty's a polar bear. Just no. But man, I love bears. If only they were like friendly. If only they were cuddly. You know. And they might be cuddly. I mean, I've seen some Russian guys that, hug on bears or whatever, but those are very well fed bears. They're probably safe. Spaceship Vampire reminds me that Al Gore also invented the algorithm. Oh, that was funny. You guys are very funny. I love you. Russell True says, Gifty. That's right, Gifty. It's like Toasty, only different. I want to say a big shout out and thank you to this lovely lady, Dragon Queen. You should check out her channel, her new channel for $2. She's being consistent. Updates drop Wednesday with review. Hugs for all. Hugs to you, dear. And thank you for the $2 make you holla super chat. Man, this is fun. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun. Wait, Six says about the Bears, if only they didn't smell like ass. Dude, they need to take a bath. You need a bear swimming pool. That's what you need. Generic Brunette says Smokey and Boo Boo are sweet. Boo Boo. I like BB. He's awesome. Oh, my favorite picnic basket. Dragon Queen for another $2 says culture, cartoon, or realistic bear. I've been seeing a lot of great art. Putin's cat has something wonderful coming. I can't wait for. Every time Putin's cat and Putin's cat gives me a hard time, and I'm fine with that. But what I think, as long as he's not attacking all y'all, and nobody, I don't tolerate people attacking each other in the chat. You guys are too important to me. But I just can't wait to see this. Just going after the comics division crew. He sent me a little bit. It was pretty amazing. So it was sweet. Humphrey Bear. You would know. There's a bear poop in the woods. Yeah, I don't know. Probably. Yeah. It's harvest season in Eastern Washington, as the bears only have Mexican food to eat. Actually, right now, you guys are coming up on the second chance at berries, and then it's going to be spring before they have a chance at something natural and sweet. You have to remember, most bears are aiming for about 10,000 calories a day going into winter. So they're going to be eating whatever they can. That's going to happen quite a bit. Um, yeah, Ram, bam, 3,000 sings. You must be out of your brilliant minds. Well, I don't know. There must be some misunderstanding, though. There must be some misunderstanding. Uh, I watched the Bears on Explore. Ooh, see, and that's why I like to do one bear story a day. This is the channel you will get bear news on, and you get regular news on, and I'll talk about 17 different stories a day, sometimes more. Last week, I think there were like 24 or 25 stories in one of the shows because of the bonus time. So there's just so much to talk about. Dragon Queen says, for $2 more, my goodness, you are so full of generosity. I want to make you a bear in a top hat. Please do. I'm all about it. First of all, that would class me up. And yeah, and as much as the bear dance was fun and the hobo Gandalf was fun, we got something else coming, guys. I'm very excited about. It's a bad season for Grizzly Man. All right. Hollywood currently is lying about how much money their movies make. Oh, for sure, Charisman Ghost. I was kind of taken aback when I looked at how little money films have made throughout the years, but this might be the worst era ever. When you look at the fact that Warner Brothers is ahead in the clubhouse right now by about $200 million, they beat Disney to $4 billion. They're probably going to finish out the year pretty close to Disney, but I think they will be overcome by the release of Tron Ares, which I don't think is going to be profitable. And of course, we've got I think the Zootopia 2 comes out before the end of the year. You're going to get to see Marriage Counseling Couple is what it should have been called. Not excited about that. And then Avatar at the end of the year, which again, they're just distributor for. That's still Cameron's production company, Lightning Storm. So we'll see. But I don't think Avatar Fire and Ash is going to do all that well. Now, every time I say that, Cameron proves me wrong. But what is there to that? And China's turning away from American films. And that's really where a lot of money came from. They like the pretty blue people. And you can claim a lot of money that the film made, but that's not how much the production company made or the distributor made or anybody else. So, outside of the soundtrack for Tron, I'm not excited for it. I'm not excited for Zootopia 2. I almost called it Zoolander 2, but that would be better. Anyway, crazy stuff. 10,000 calories a day. I think we found a solution for oh, calm down. Calm down. I'm going to have to scrub that. I didn't read it first. I got to stop doing it. L Bird is in the house. Good to see you. I love the bear stories. Well, I love to do them. And I love that you love them. So, longest parsec. What's going on? Everybody on the green machine's just cooking today. Look at all these wonderful beings. Crazy White Boy was noted and caveat ties. All right. But longest parsec says, look at all these fine folks in the chat. That's right. We have amazing people in the chat. Thank you for that, Dr. Jill, especially. Working really hard. Ms. Pick Cafe, working really hard. I've got the best moderators. In fact, here's another one. Canadian Spider-Man. Good people. Tom has a song about Avatar. I think we need to bring that back on Comics Division. All right. Well, now I'm just in chat mode because you guys are more interesting than anything at the moment. I'll just say this. I had a good time talking with all of you all today. And isn't it weird that the NFL has chosen to pick an artist that's so divisive and anti-Trump and anti-American? Isn't that weird? I think that was a good plan. I think that's something that you should, hang your hat on. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. CSX Railroad replaces their CEO. Investor pressure pushed them to it because the performance of the railroad is not good, and they have a merger to complete with Union Pacific. Pretty crazy. We got more unstable actions around the world. You ever feel like you wish that we would just stop writing checks to everybody? See what happens if they go on their own? Every time we do that, it doesn't go well, and then people ask us for help. The question is, why are we always doing help in the form of money? Why are we not doing help in the form of projects? As much as I hate to admit that there was a little something to the Belt and Road program from China, the CCP, they had a secondary motive, which is obviously to take over the ports and the roads and everything else that they were installing, so that they could, through that means, control the country and control the ports and control this other stuff. That's not really being a world leader. First of all, you can control graft and many other things if you have an American project that is overseen by actual conscientious American citizens, which I'm not sure there's a whole lot of in government anymore. But there could be a whole lot less. And again, I'm just going to say this. If we could balance the budget by removing unnecessary let me use the government word, non-essential government employees, what do you think would happen? Well, you would strip away the base of what keeps the machine going to just keep hiring more and more, wasting more and more money. If we get down to what is essential, that's it. Now, I don't like people losing their jobs, but if there were 1 million people that were employed just to be there, that's not a good thing. That may have led to a lot of the waste and other things that we have in our society these days. I don't think that's good. And as we get closer and closer to the Olympics, a lot of people are going to become more and more aware of California's failed state. and the fact that the Olympics don't actually benefit the country that hosts them. You are always ending up with a bunch of white elephants, which are giant projects that nobody will ever use again. Brazil is one of the best examples. I think they had 7 white elephant projects that essentially kind of destroyed what would have been a decent economic impact and really fouled up the country going forward, at least for a while. Well, France just did their audit and reporting on this same problem. And the impact of the Paris Olympics was not overwhelmingly positive. In fact, they reported a modest economic impact at best. And some of that could be because nobody, well, wants to go there. If you've ever been to Paris, it's the first thing that'll happen to you is likely you'll get your pocket and purse picked, if not stolen outright. And you'll not have the best start to your vacation. And I know this for a fact because one of my friends recently had that happen. Um, Again, when you, this is going to be weird. I'm going to say this one more time. I said it once already. I'm going to do it again. If you import the third world, you become the third world. If you do not stem the invasion, you become the third world. That's what it is. 6 says, who did they pick? Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. You know, the guy that at times presents, like maybe he wants to go on RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. Yep, Netflix No Turning Back is the evening song for the evening shows and Friday, and of course for the for I think I do it 2 or 3 times a week now because you guys love it so much. A lot of people like AO. But on that note, I should be getting out of here. And Tony Piacente drops Bad Bunny is the halftime show. Thanks for the bathroom break, NFL. That's right. Nobody likes him. You can't understand what he's saying. By the way, one of the many reasons he stated for not performing in the United States is he didn't want ICE outside of his concerts arresting all of his fans who are here illegally. Maybe he didn't say exactly like that. Yeah. Anyway, I love the fact that you guys just are chatting away in the chat to each other. You guys are the best. Jeff Elm says other networks need to get back into doing alternative halftime shows. Yeah, like, do you remember the Puppy Bowl? I know Six does. You remember that? That was fun. Like the Puppy Bowl. There was a time when Bud Light was a beer that they did great stuff at halftime. There was a time that everybody realized that the NFL was primarily a male game and the ladies liked the commercials. And now we have interesting cheerleaders. Godzillionaires here. Good to see you. Poonscat says if people are hired to do senseless jobs, is it their fault? No, it's not their fault. But the job shouldn't exist. So I love what I do. Thank you, Ms. Pit Cafe. Jeff Helms. I'd rather watch Kamala speaking through the whole halftime. It would be much more entertaining and at least be good for a laugh. A lot of laughs. A lot of laughs. Yeah. Just bring back that 60 Minutes guys that did the interview, and you would get so much word salad. It would feed a poor country. We could send all the salad, all the word salad for Kamala to Cuba. Cuba. Georgia Peach. Oh, I'm late. You're not late. You're here. But we are gonna wrap. We are gonna wrap. We went a little longer than I anticipated, even though this is bonus time. But I think we're in it almost an hour, so we will be pulling the plug here pretty quick. I just want to say I thank you all. The amazing amount of support today was just overwhelming, overwhelming. And Tony Piacente, Just a Duchy. Is this live? Troy Pacelli, Chris, thank you. Biggles Mets, holy cow, love that kid. He's amazing. You should be watching him. He's good. We've got Just a Duchy with the generosity everywhere, and of course Ruby Hoove on the daily. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. I've had just the best start to the week. I hope you have too. Hopefully, we will see you tonight on the Monday Meltdown over on Comics Division's channel, and in just a little bit, uh, after an adventure to the phone store, um, I'm going to try to put another video together for you today because I think you guys deserve to. I mean, you always deserve to, but I just don't have time sometimes, and then we'll just go from there. So, on that note, be sure to take care of yourself, folks. Take care of others, and until next time, see ya. For real.